shoot.
How Justin do it?
I cannot. Hey.
But he does it even a different way.
You got it. I'm gonna have to practice that one.
Jamal Chase.
I'm going for them Cowboys.
Joe Burrow. Come on, they just got out.
It's a wrap. It's done. It's a wrap. Talk to us in September.
It's done.
I'm on next year already.
See, this is the thing with you Cowboys fans and you Cowboys haters. Y'all are like exactly the same. Welcome to Shooting the Shit with Rhonda T. Tonight we are reviewing BMF Season 2 episode. What is this for? I believe it's for. Before we get started, D, Mr. Gritty, Mr. Jefferson, number 18. Tell them what to do. In the other room.
You go ahead and hit the like button while you're doing it good.
Oh, yeah. I like that. See, that's what I'm talking about. And we know we need you to subscribe too. Like, D, tell them why we need to subscribe. Like, we've been doing this for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So we need them to just subscribe to our channel. Don't you think? Yeah.
Yeah. But like, that's kind of boring to me though.
Now I'm gonna have to cut that.
All right, y'all. Let me get my drink ready.
So we start with, Meech is in the hospital. They are removing the bullets from his wound. He wakes up. Hospital bed with an AK under the covers.
You know what? Let me tell you where they wrong with this. When you get pow, okay.
That's gonna be hard. Like, I really tried to edit my notes in a way that I didn't say the wrong thing. For real. It's
always a police outside your door. You can't. He couldn't have never got that up in there like that. You know what I'm saying? Because they stay outside your door when that.
Say this, like, when the show started, they gave a disclaimer. They said some of this shit actually happened and some of it did not.
Yeah, because
for the sake of the storyline, we're gonna go with Meech lays there very groggily with the AK under the covers. Meanwhile, Lamar and Ashley Larry are breaking into the hospital. Lamar's in another body bag. This time he's dressed as, some type of hospital staff because
Ashley Larry probably work in the morgue at the hospital to pick up the body, so he just rolled them up in there.
They seem very, there's no security, but like you said, moving on.
Those of us who've been in that situation know. You know what I'm saying?
I have not, so I can't attest to any of it. But what I will say is, Terry came in there. He gets Meech up out the bed. He got to bust him out of there. We got to get out of here before that clown comes try to finish the job. And he is currently in this moment doing that, so he's not wrong. Meech is a tough guy, so he wants to lay there. I'm not afraid of him. They should be afraid of each other because they're trying to murk each other. So, that's...
He just ran up on you. He should be.
Say what now?
He just ran up on you. You should be.
You should be worried.
Yeah.
And at this moment, you can't even stand up. You have to literally be dragged out of the hospital. So they get him in the car with sidekick number 2, and off they go into the sunset. I just got a message that says, "Hey, Miss Spears." Now I'm really interested to know what that's all about, but I digress. Anyway, just as they get away, Lamar busts into the room and, of course, foiled again. This is almost like one step. This particular episode is one step at being a complete animation. Like, it's a little cartoonish. That's all I'm gonna say. So they take me to the baby mama's house. These boys are getting on my nerves with all these girlfriends. That's the baby I'm talking about. No, is that the baby that was over at
No, it was not.
So he got a baby with Cash Doll too?
Yes, I was gonna say that. That's a different baby, D.
Child.
Yep. So he got 2 babies out there.
The same doggone age.
Well, that one was older. The one that was at the hospital. Because the other baby was 2.
They all back to back. They all in there. I'm just saying. You going back and forth. Both of these girls think they're your girlfriend, but you know, again, runs in the family.
Well, the other one was with Lamar. Kicked him to the curb for Lamar, so she ain't really trying to be the girlfriend. Except when it's convenient.
I'm just saying, like, I don't care what role she's trying to be. He just still bouncing back and forth. You know what I'm saying?
That's how they do.
Now that he's in trouble, they didn't take him over to Cash Doll's house. They didn't take him over there because shoot, that's where Lamar.
But that's what he
So that's a bad idea. So they take him over to baby mama house, who lives with her mother. Her mother and father are never home. She always talk about her mother's house, but I ain't seen her mama yet. And I feel like my mother would have cussed me just out a long damn time ago. Like he would be dropping by with that foolishness that he got going on. But anyway, they done took him over there to her house. And she's mad, of course, because this is messed up. Y'all are in some street shit and you bringing it over here with me and my child. And this is my mother's house. But girl, that's who you picked as your, you know, not just your baby daddy. He's not a run through. This is your man. Based on the way y'all are, you know, behaving. You at the hospital crying with his mother and daddy. That, you know, that says something. Terry is acting like he got everything. And don't worry, we've got people outside. Anything Terry says, do the opposite. his plans don't really work out like how he, you know, is so confident that they will. So they're sitting there over at Homegirl's house trying to discuss a strategy because at the end of the day, they were trying to make, you know, meet with a connect. Now they know. I mean, what do they know? Because in the middle of all that, the cops showed up just out of nowhere. And it ain't dawned on you yet like this. Y'all was supposed to go meet this connect with Nervous Boy over here. And I don't even know why he would be considered a number 2 because he's shifty as shit. But that's another thing altogether. So in the midst of all that, Lamar comes and rides by and pow pow, right? But then the cops just show up. That's curious. Or is it not? Because y'all are still over here trying to make plans. It's a drought. The streets are dry. The boys are out here getting a little antsy because the money not coming through. And now Meech is down for the count. He really can't handle. And K9 is, you know, K9 is taking out everyone. Like, I'm not sure that that's somebody I would even want to be dealing with. Everybody in his dealing. And then Terry didn't even know that. Terry's over there like trying to come up with a plan. Maybe we can contact this person. He's dead. He's dead. K9, all these people are gone. Because Terry been driving the limo. So he come in there trying to take over the situation, you know, with his ideas. And Sidekick is over here getting mad because he's supposed to be the number 2.
Yeah, but okay, you should have just sit back on that one. All the stuff you into.
Sidekick should, yeah. You really can't be number 2 because you know the cops and all. Second, I feel like Sidekick. It makes me uncomfortable how you feel like you want to take Terry's spot. That's his brother. Like in no way ever would I go into a family. That's like somebody coming in and thinking that, you know what I'm saying? They're going to be able to infiltrate this. That's crazy. At the end of the day, you already know what it is and you signed up for it. Also, Meech and Terry connect on, they do have good ideas. They have business. They're business minded. They're future thinking. You know, they just on some street shit instead of, you know.
And you clearly ain't that because you're the informant. So you clearly ain't that.
Not only that, your focus is you want to be number 2. What does that mean? What does that mean to be number 2?
It started off with him messing up. It started off with him
having homegirl all up in the mix.
Yeah. Well, and the first pow was him. He the one started off. That's how
and
you
driving around
in the
with a piece with bodies on it. Like everything you do doesn't make sense. But you know, anyway. I don't know what that means. Number two, you are what you are, my boy, and you're not his actual brother. What do you want? What? So, you know, they're going back and forth, but they come up with this plan to try to move weight outside of, you know, the city. They're going to Lansing. Y'all forever trying to go to somebody else's town to, you know, handle business. It sounded a little powerish, the idea, you know, college kids in Lansing and all that stuff.
It makes sense though, if you want the money. And the politics.
But that's what I'm saying. It's business. Y'all just happen to be trying to do business on the street. I've been watching not the American Gangster. What's the one with Forrest Whitaker? Gangster of Harlem.
Godfather
of Harlem. I've been watching that, child.
That's my show.
You know, I gotta watch this season. He just had me in my feelings this morning. That hurt my heart.
The Godfather did?
With
Malcolm.
Mess role, you know. I was like, anyway, it just made me think of that because I was like, oh, everything over there is falling apart, just like it is over here. But you know, Terry and I'm trying to figure out how to make things happen, and yeah, this dude is trying to figure out how I don't know how not to talk to the cops. Who wants to roll up and hug him in the middle of the street and light his cigarettes? Creepy ass. So Meech gives Terry a specific order of who to talk to, but Terry thinks his idea is better. So he just gonna do things his way.
And he don't want to talk to him because that's his girl husband. So, you know, he probably in his feelings about dealing with him anyway.
Well, speaking of which, he goes right down to the insurance company to get her to hook him up with her man, right? This is the thing about that. You've been hooking up with this girl, and now you have the audacity to ask her, you know, to hook her, you know, set up a meeting with our boy. You just sit there last week talking about if I was your man, I would treat you like a princess. She's standing there with a whole black eye. So clearly you putting her in a situation where she already getting hurt without your input. Now you want her to get killed? Mister, I would make you my princess ass nigga. Can we say that? Probably not. I'll probably have to scratch that. So the cops have Lamar and Meech down to the police station trying to get them to tell on each other. Whose time are we wasting? Because we knew that wasn't gonna happen.
And she did that because oh boy was like, this is dumb.
This is dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, all I can say is thank God she's a real police, because if we've learned anything this past week about some of them folks over there, Black lives don't matter to all of them. It don't matter what color they are. You know, so, and what's his name? Mr. Detective Bryant over here trying to act like he's so much above the streets. I'm so sick of him, like he wasn't part of the problem. You got a lot of nerve pointing your finger at anything. Did the money dry up? Is there a reason why all of a sudden he don't want his check no more? Now he, you know, a vigilante for the street.
Like, boy, you can't say nothing after I watch you finna let this boy bleed out. Like, you hush and let me take over this.
At least she just, you know, regardless, she going through the process. At least she's a regular police officer. Brian definitely needs somebody over there, keep an eye on him to make sure he doesn't do something stupid. So anyway, she got them down in the interrogation room. They ain't not snitching on each other. They over here throwing subliminal stories about Batman and the Joker and who's the winner and who's not. So, you know. So they, Meech walks out and they have to let Lamar go because, nobody's snitching on nobody. Now, there's got to be other reasons to keep Lamar locked up, but apparently today is not the day. And everybody walks out. Lamar is still strapped to the table, and this is what's not going to happen. I'm not going to let Lamar infiltrate my head with Frankie Beverly's happy feelings. So I was like, no, we not.
I'm like, y'all gonna this because we were so in love with him singing. Y'all gonna have him sing every season.
Don't do that. Not that song. Pick another song. I want to touch to the other song. I don't want to think about Lamar every time I hear happy feelings. So Terry comes home and everybody is like, what's going on? Meech is not in the hospital anymore. The people said they signed out. So Terry lies, of course, and said he didn't want to be in the hospital where they messed up my eye. That sounds like a dumbass.
That was a good lie.
In the driveway. What in the hell are you talking about?
That was a good lie. That was a good lie. They fell for it.
They did not. His father was like, the bull to the stuff. Cut it out. What's really going on?
Well, Mama fell for it. Mama be like, that's right, Terry. Mama, baby.
Okay. Yeah, she about to mess around and find out Terry is her baby. They go back and forth a little bit. Terry's like, he's just gonna go to work because he needs to, make up for that money that they didn't get on Halloween Eve night or whatever they call that, celebration where they burn down the neighborhood. He's not going to work. That's like, and poor girl, let me just say, baby mama had one serious supersonic little nut ass. She was working the supersonic hairstyle. I'm gonna give her that one. It was
baby mama.
Yeah, it was real, like no stiff on them. I was like, is that her hair or is that a wig? Because
that's a wig.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
I was like, sometimes them throwbacks be like, And sometimes like when you look at your actual picture, you be like, what was I thinking? But yeah, he said he got to go to work. And so she's like, she know what's up, baby mama. He telling her like, I'm finna go help me. She know what it is. This is the thing. Both her and that other girl, you know who you dealing with. What was supposed to be different? You left because his mother told you to, and now you're back to do what? Because that train is a rolling.
She's been at home since she been there though.
No, she just up there. She's just
there. She's just there in the twin
Don't
bed.
get stuck in the house with his mother, girl, because then you just gonna be a miserable old lady, just like her. That's crazy. Waiting on Terry to come home, and he ain't.
That he got pushed together, going to church with her mama, with his mama.
Oh my word! Ain't nobody trying to do that. No, that's church.
Pastor Snoop.
Well, girl, I don't know what kind of kryptonite this Lamar is made of, but he went over to the big girl's house to get him some booty because, got time. He got time. He got a thing. And I'm like, what's going on in your head when some psycho comes to your house with a colostomy bag on and he wants you to jump on it? It was nasty. And it's fine because his twiddle couldn't diddle. And so she told him to go back where he came from, because I was like, well, okay, I'm gonna give her credit for that. At least she didn't like coddle him. She was like, maybe you should come back another time. They're both clearly in it for the same thing. More respect for her than the other two baby mamas. She's just like, I'm just concerned about her choice in Lamar. Like, you said the other day when we was talking about Love and Marriage DC, you was like, Jamie is cute. He can always find somewhere, some woman willing to take him in. And I'm like, and so can Lamar. It's just,
Lamar cute though.
You think?
Okay.
I'm not even really talking about his physicality. Like, okay,
Lamar, maybe because I didn't see Lamar outside of BMF Lamar. And outside of BMF Lamar is really cute.
I don't care how cute he is. I'm not talking about that. Lamar's nuts. He's a psycho.
Oh, it don't matter. That part don't matter.
That's the part of that. I'm like, okay, like, you know, you clean him up and take the like colostomy bag and, you know, bullet holes off of him. I could see that he would be an attractive man. I'm just saying he's a psycho. Why you let the psycho come drop by the crib? That whole scene was just disturbing.
Yeah, they don't care about crazy. Crazy don't mean nothing. Crazy always got the man outside holding the sign always got a chick with him. So that don't mean nothing.
Child, I just have to be by myself. So Terry meets up with the little baseball player from All-American Homecoming. I'm not gonna be able to see little, what's his name? Brandon.
I don't know because I ain't watched this season, so I can't think of his name, but I know who you're talking about.
I just can't like he's just the college kid. So every time I see him try to be all hood, I'm like, I guess.
He ain't that.
It's not.
It's not that.
It's not, but okay. They meet up to talk about getting his work on consignment. He ain't really been messing with them before. I mean, I can see why maybe. Okay, maybe this is the thing. He saw Meech as a threat, so to speak, but didn't see Terry as that, and not knowing that Terry is over here like checking with your girl. Because she's the one that set this up. It wasn't like y'all accidentally ran into each other. She did give him the heads up, like where he was gonna be. Now I'm gonna say this. I really wish Lala wasn't playing this part, because
so do a girl.
I heard about that, and it's not for the reason that she wishes. It's not even that. I just feel like because, oh girl, I know who you're talking about, like the real person, at the beginning of the thing, before they get started, they say some of this shit really happened and some of it didn't. So there's a disclaimer. And I mean, I don't care. I don't expect the story to be, you know, like Lamar is a superhero that gets shot and, you know, roams around the town. So we get it, girl. But what I do wish is that somebody else is playing this part, because Lala is mature compared to these boys that are supposed to be in high school. So if you're gonna be like the, you know, the mature boss chick, you know what I'm saying, like the schooling these little young boys, she's not that. She is getting beat up by this clown that goes to high school and, you know, passed around between. It just, I don't like it. I wish it was somebody that we didn't know, that was either that, make her a real boss, or make her younger where she's not in the middle of all that nonsense. It just is. And another thing, it's Lala, and I can't get past that. Every time I look at her, I just think, here go Lala playing that same role again, as, you know.
She was already on the Power Universe. We didn't need her on BMF. It's enough actress out there.
It's enough actresses out there to do that role. So I mean, that part is distracting. The other part with the girl, I mean, I guess, girl, talk to 50. We don't care. I'm not checking this story for accuracy. I'm being entertained on Friday night. Some of the parts of the story we know are true. So Mom and Pops is back down to Snoop's church, and Pops is sitting there next to that lady that he was grooving and smoothing with. Like, this is the stuff I was talking about last week when I said how they gonna portray him. Like, it's great, irritate me. So Snoop then asked the congregation to say a prayer for Meech, because he, you know, all he said, people, was that he pulled through. And y'all got up and left. Now, word, that's what we doing? We
Because
can't.
mind you, this the same church where that little boy just got pow because of Meech a couple of months ago.
I understand
So
that.
they probably like, ain't nobody thinking about, and you didn't got that little boy. He a baby.
We praying for mom and pops that go to your church. We can't. I mean, we know what Meech is. I was just like, so we can't offer no support to you. You gonna disrespect a lady like that? Like, this is where she's supposed to be able to go. Well, she snapped because she didn't appreciate it. I didn't appreciate it either. I was like, nah, church, y'all could have just sat there and bow your head. You didn't have to do the lady like that. Her child is over here at the hospital. Not really, but that's what according to the story goes. He's over here. We praying for his recovery. That's it. That's all.
Then they want him to recover. That's why they wanted her to know we don't want him to recover.
Well, child, apparently that's what it was. But she started calling
he out here spreading the
poison.
poison.
She told that lady she prayed for you. I prayed for you when your husband was paying the prostitutes down to the thing. And I prayed for you when your granddaughter was over here drunk driving. So y'all can't pray for me. She had a whole Harper Valley PTA movie. She you know, she was calling out to people for all of their indiscretions. She was mad. She said her piece, and Smith was like, he had to dismiss the church.
He was like, the doors of the church is open. Amen.
Y'all gonna go. What am I gonna say now? So after Lucille had her little meltdown, she walked over to her husband and said, you know, she ready to go. See, this is the thing too. In that moment, that's his wife. Just put aside everything else. In that moment, that's his wife. You were supposed to walk out with her. Even if you know what I'm saying? Even if you had an issue with what she said, you didn't agree with it, you were just supposed to walk out with her and get in the car and have that conversation with her in private. Because at the end of the day, like, besides what all those people think, that's your son. So you
well, he said he was gonna leave. He said, let me get my instrument. Let me put the instrument up and we can go.
That's not what he said.
What did he say?
He said, here are the keys. I'm gonna break this down and I'm gonna catch a ride with Lou. Now I don't know who Lou is.
I didn't know he said he was gonna catch a ride with somebody else.
By herself. Then he stood up there and told that lady like he could understand why the people did what they did. He probably would have did the same thing if Meech wasn't his son. She said Meech is basically a product of his environment, you know, the streets. And he said Meech is like a part of, you know, the problem. But I'm like, okay, so then isn't it a cycle though? It's a cycle. So then why if Meech grew up in this wholesome household that y'all got going on, praise the Lord, how did he end up like that? Who do we blame it on?
Streets.
Well, that's what she said.
The streets.
That's what she said. It's
because
cycle.
you can grow up in a wholesome household and all of that, but when you get out there, if it's more appealing to you, you gonna move towards what's more appealing. Yeah, so that's what he did. Okay, and ain't nothing nobody could do about that.
Nothing nobody could do about it. So, you know, while she out there, he couldn't even bother to walk her out to the car, being that she was completely hurt and humiliated, regardless to what it is. The whole half of the church walked out the door, and you couldn't have 5 seconds to console your wife in that moment. You wanted to stay back there with the choir lady, and she rubbing all up on his chest.
They wrong for that. They need to cut all that out.
Man, you are Charles.
You don't know if he a good man. Y'all need to cut that out.
Why is you rubbing up on Charles? Is he a good man? Because he was just down Miss Margie's house trying to fix the fan and shackles on their feet and moving around in her living room. And he got the girly magazines in his right there.
You don't know nothing about that man.
In his guitar case. Why are you touching that lady's husband? Well, look here. Miss Lillian came on back in that church. She didn't go nowhere. She's like, Charles, it's time to go. I was like, yeah, bring your ass on, Charles, because you in here doing too much again. So Meech is at Cash Doll's house, trying to convince her to get out of town, which I think that's a good idea. Listen, I don't know what she's thinking, but Lamar is crazy. He's showing up at your kid's school and stuff. Like, why won't you just go and get somewhere until that's handled?
That's not her daughter's real dad, right?
No, but nope.
Then you have no obligation to stay there. Go.
Not for good. Just, yeah, let these two. I don't want to be at home while he's still out on the streets, period.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, she's trying to convince him that she's so tough and she got it. If I can handle it on my own, and she opened a drawer to show him her pow.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. And he saw some booger sugar, booger sugar.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So she out here, participating.
Making her money.
I thought she was using it. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was using it. That was for her personal, and that's the thing. And so then he flips out like, because he doesn't approve. You dealing it, but you don't approve. That's how he separates himself from what he actually does. Mish sees himself as a businessman. He ain't really thinking about the product. That's the second time he's been approached with what, how this thing is touching the community. First babysitter, now he thought, she over there with his baby. Now she can't be doing that.
Okay. You can't pick and choose.
I mean,
it's on the street. You putting it out there.
So Brian and his little partner is watching the limousine business. They parked outside the garage. I'm like, they just be parked. I would think that was so suspicious. Like, and I ain't even doing nothing. I would be like, why is that car parked over there? What are they doing? Why are they just
especially if you are doing something?
You should be aware of that.
Be suspicious, right?
There shouldn't be nothing. They should have to be somewhere with binoculars, really trying to see what you're doing. So Terry has recruited Denise to move this way from Detroit to Lansing. They keep saying she white, but her hair is really stiff. It's confusing a little bit, but she's down. She's down to do it.
White girl from Detroit. That's how they look.
She was rocking the supersonic-ish, not really, but yeah. I was like, what's going on with her hair though? Since Meech is out of commission-ish, he's on a booty tour. So he done left Cash Doll's house and now he's over to his baby mama house. And it was really whack. Their little scene. I was like, they don't have no conversation. She just comes in and just start taking her stuff off, and that's it. That's it. It was real. Okay, then. I guess y'all thought y'all were doing the thing, but he didn't have the problem Lamar had, though. However, he did manage to, satisfy his girl's pleasure. So Terry is out here. He has a meetup with what they call this dude?
Her
Lala's boyfriend.
I'm
sorry. I can't keep up with all these people's names. Homeboy.
Her husband, yeah.
He has to meet up with him to get to work. The cops are following him, on all his little routes. So he has a route. I was like, it was actually very smart. He has somebody to pick up at a rehabilitation senior facility or some sort. So homeboy met him up there. So while he picking up his patrons, he also had a little transaction inside the building. Terry's meetup wasn't a bad idea. He should have had homegirl me sidekick somewhere other than the limousine garage. The same way he did that. But you know, he's so smart. He know how to do everything.
Well, she told him she can't arrange a setup, but she can tell him where he gonna be.
She said what?
She said she couldn't arrange a setup, but she could tell Terry where he was gonna be. So he just showed up wherever he was gonna be.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about Denise and sidekick.
Oh, Denise. Oh, you talking about okay, white girl.
Like should have like they the same way they did it with oh boy, he should have did the same thing with sidekick. You know what I'm saying? Sidekick should never be coming to the garage ever for any reason. None of them should. If you need to be with him, do it the same way. When you got to pick somebody up, roll up in there and, you know, handle it like that. That's just stupid. But you know, anyway. Meech is at his resurrection party at the record store. He down there, they just be hanging around at the record store. But you know, it's the meeting of the BMF merge, and the new people are not happy because the streets are dry once again. Meech could only do so much. He's made promises like he's gotten work on consignment. Like, you know, people talk. They know what's going on because that's all they doing is sitting around talking. He came in there giving one of his speeches, but you know, the merge is not a good look. The other boys is not buying it, so they out again. They're loyal to no one, those two. That side of the fence. They're loyal to no one. That's why they keep falling apart, because they don't stay loyal to no leadership. I mean, and if you're going to be a part of a little gang, you got to follow the leader or it ain't going to work. Somebody got to be in charge.
I'm like, did they get word about Lamar? So now they backing out, or what's going on?
No, I don't think it had anything to do with Lamar. I think what's going on is the streets is dry and they, you know, they ain't making no money. What's the name said that over at Meech's baby mama house? He said, did they get a little antsy because what's up, Meech? He's their leader, but they don't stay loyal to none. I'm gonna just say this. I know you think Lamar is cool and all of that, but I'm not comfortable with his man titties. I don't know why we had to spend so much time. I didn't even know what I was seeing in the very beginning when they panned up on his chest, and I was like, "Who is this naked?" Oh, it's Lamar. Yeah. Anyway, he walking around Ashley Larry's house in his drawers and smelling stinky because he got that colostomy bag stuck to his stomach. Ashley Larry came in. He's all sad and he's like, "Can you open a window? And you stink. And why wear your pants?" I can see where that would be irritating if you let somebody stay with you and they making themselves so at home and you were always at work. You come home and walk around with no pants on. But anyway, he gives him a lecture like on how to work that, clean his situation. It was really disgusting. And
I was disgusting this whole damn show.
It was so nasty. And then, you know, Lamar's all sad because he thinks he's lost his mojo. So he wants to discuss how, you know, he went over to see his shorty and the Twitter wouldn't diddle. And actually, there's like, you're not even supposed to be doing any of that because, you know, you got a situation here. You're supposed to have like, what did he say? 6 months?
Thought he said 3 months, but he could do anything.
Okay. I don't know why you would want to with that thing stuck to you.
That's nasty.
Who's volunteering for that?
She was.
I would be concerned about a girl that's willing to do that. I'm just saying, y'all are nasty. But anyway, Ashley did some offer him an idea on how to pleasure himself because he could come down to the morgue.
All y'all nasty. All of y'all nasty.
Like, I was like, this is on a different level. It was low-key horror story. Yeah, Lamar's not interested in that. Somehow he thinks he's above it, but he's also sad because he thinks he's lost his gangster. And you know, actually Larry tells him, you need to remember who you were and take back over the streets. And I wonder, what did that look like when Lamar was like running the streets? Because I mean, K9 would be somebody I would consider quite scary. You know what I'm saying? In terms of how he does business. You would think most people wouldn't even want to have their hands on it, but he's like, yeah, I'm on my hands all over it. Bring them to me alive still, so I can do it. And so I'm guessing that Lamar must be that type. I don't know, because he's so psycho. I just wonder, like, who was he recruiting to come be on his team?
But he had a whole crew. And then he got his crew back. As soon as he got out, he got his crew right back.
He grew right. So, you know, it's just a thought. I'm just wondering who's following behind him. Because at the end of the day, Meech does give them I have a dream speeches, like your boy Maurice over here. Like, he talk a good game. It sounds good. We don't know if he's capable of executing it. Many times not, but, you know, I think he, you know, he's working his way to the takeover. He's a big thinker, just like Kanye. That Meech. So yeah, this is when Sidekick pulls up on the garage and the cops are watching, and what are they doing to those limos? Like, leave them cars alone. Is that what he does? Because I was like, are they about to like use those limos to transport?
Mm-hmm. That was the plan.
Terry's poor father. He can't win trying to be a legit businessman. I see where they get their dream, their you know, desire in their big dreamy ways, because their father does have that, but they just took it to the streets. So Terry meets up later at the end of late in the night. Like, now they're suspiciously at the limo company in the garage at night. The cops are still out there because they tagging them. And she is taking off. They meet up, but she's leaving not in a limo, but in her own car. So now the police are like, so what's up with that? And now she's being followed. Now they see, like, you know, why does he keep meeting up with this lady? I don't know why they would meet there any other reason than to work. Like, if y'all been watching and tailing him, then you should have already known she works there. I don't know why.
So it won't be unusual for her leaving her job and going wherever she gonna go, because that's her job.
That's her job. Them meeting up there at night, like, it was just, I don't know, but it just didn't seem like it was that weird. Like, what have y'all been watching? Because she works there, she goes in and out of there all the time. Lamar is on a get back spree. He rolled up on Big Boy that has been, you know, this the dude, one of the dudes that be at the record store arguing back and forth with them boys, but I don't know what these gang member names are, but he's a former member of BMF, recently former member, and Lamar rolled up on him. He also shot at Lamar like last season when they were at odds, but that's what they seem to do. But he rolled up on him with a 2x4, and he just started beating him out, you know, out in the streets, beat him down in the streets, slap him in the head with that thing, and then he stuck him with it. It was disgusting. And then he dumped his colostomy back on it. I was like, that was so unnecessary.
Now that was the part that was disgusting.
I don't know why or who thought we wanted to see that, because we did not. That was, you know, it was already dramatic enough when he was down there with the thing. We didn't need nothing. It should have ended there.
That lets you know how sick Lamar is.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was concerned with old girl, because I was like, he knows where you live. That's sad. And the other girl, Cash Dog. Get the hell out of town, will you? Stop playing. Go somewhere. Well, he pulls up on the other guy, that just left the record store. He pulled up on this homie in the bathroom. He's in his house in the bathroom. They go back and forth, fight it out, slaying each other all over the bathroom. Bathroom is barely big enough for two people now. Lamar has a colostomy bag, and he was just in a coma a couple days ago, but now he's strong enough to beat up this kid. Like the other kid, like, okay, you snuck him with a 2x4, so
right.
I'm gonna give you that one. This one, this is you in his bathroom, and he's a bigger dude. Like,
they forgot he had just got out. They forgot that part.
that
He
he just
had
got
been
out the
laying in the
hospital.
dang on coma for months, and
Right,
yeah,
he just
forgot
should
he
not be
supposed to
like
weak.
the tussle in the bathroom really
Right.
should have went another way, but it did not. So homeboy ended up with a shower curtain wrapped around his face, and 1-2 down, and now, you know, I guess it's time to go get Meech. That's the plan. I mean, the plan was to get him a while ago, but you know, we're gonna go ahead and take out these numbers. Actually, Larry told him to take back the streets. That's what he's doing. He's taking back the streets. So
he got his confidence back, I'll tell you that much.
He did, like Superman. The cops pulled Denise over for driving too slow. And they searched her car without cause. I have a feeling that's what's going to get them, you know,
I was going to say, that's what's going to get her off right there.
Because they had no reason to do any of that. And little girl, Terry and them is not coming down to the police station.
I mean, she on the phone. She calling them on the phone, saying the stuff. I was like, you know that it's being recorded. What is you doing?
Being,
yeah, and that's why they don't mess with white folks. Ain't that what he said? That's what he said.
That's what he said. She's like, yeah, Terry, the people that caught this stuff, you need to tell them it's not mine. Nah.
Right. Like what?
Was it in your car?
Right.
Well, what are you talking about? Why would I know anything about that? Girl, stop. That being said, that was some more work that was on consignment. That stuff's now paid for. Whew, sorry. So now they're in more trouble. Where is this money coming from? Because, I mean, do they have it? Probably not, because they're getting it on consignment. So
no, they ain't got it.
This is a problem. The solution to this problem is Meech and Terry need to get out of town. Like, what else are they gonna do? Because the work is on consignment. Old girl is in lockdown, and she's about to snitch. And Lamar is out there trying to, you know, murk people. So it's time to just bounce.
Let's just go. Let's just go. It's time. It's time we should just go.
Terry said, but what about school? I know you lying.
I know, Terry. Don't do that. We're not doing that.
What about school? When did you go to school?
I know.
Have you been to school, Terry?
Terry need to stop.
Terry said, all right, but before we go, I got something to take care of. And Meech is like, no, you don't. Like, we literally have to go. Like, we got to go. He's like, it's only going to take me a minute. I'll be right back.
That's that mess. That's that mess right there.
Well, but the mess where he left the house and went straight
to yeah. Like, you already done messed up. Not like he could have really got out there and Lamar would have got him just like there, because you had to go.
Because you had to go down to the insurance company. He walks in, everybody's leaving, and she takes him in the back room at her work, and they smash.
What was so dumb about it is that he had just argued with security. So security knew you was there. So security was like, y'all just went in the back and he was cool with it. The security don't leave until everybody gone. Ain't that usually how they
She
go?
said everybody was gone. Security's not there for her. Security's there for listen, I worked at an insurance company. I didn't have anybody wait there. My boss would leave and I would
But did you have security there?
We absolutely did not. It was just
right.
a regular. It
so
was one of the top four. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So anytime you in a place with security, security is the last people to go. Because if not, what's the purpose of having security?
Some of these things in the story actually happened, and some of these things did not.
This was the dumbest shit.
So anyway, ooh, tonight.
The disrespect.
Oh,
she goes sleep with my man and then have
Ready for World play
Ready for the World, all the places. The disrespect. And then they didn't even play the good part of the song. I was like, this is so disrespectful.
Oh my God. I was like, not Ready for the World playing in the background. So you about to go to jail. You got or get marked, but you gotta get some booty first. And she's like, okay.
I wish Lamar would have walked in right at that part. Right when they was getting it in.
That's crazy thing is, he wasn't getting it from his baby mama though, because he went back to that house and threw some money at her and kissed her on the cheek. And girl, I'm telling you, get out of that house, because take the baby and go on and do life with your cute haircut, because this is a waste.
Because he don't care?
He just risked his life for something, for the Lala. Now listen, they said way back in the day that Lala smelled like Honey Nut Cheerios. Somebody said that shit.
Honey Nut Cheerios?
Somebody said she smelled like Honey Nut Cheerios. So, so maybe that's why he ran over there to that insurance place so fast to get a little cereal. Denise down to the precinct looking stressed, like she ready to tell. He said, call your lawyer. You better call your lawyer. And he gonna say just that. He's gonna say, now what happened? And did they ask you for permission? And did you tell them? And they're gonna be like, you had an illegal search.
Yeah.
So that's how that goes. She just bought that car last week, and that could have been there before she even purchased it. Terry meets her riding out in that gaudy car that looks so easy to like. You're gonna be easy to spot on the highway. Before they leave, they get into this crazy game of chicken with Lamar. Lamar then rolled up on him right quick, and he's crashing into the back. But it's not surprising that he was able to find them. It's a Mercedes with gold rims on it. Like, probably not most people drive around in that foolishness that Meech is driving in. But anyway, they little skirt because Terry is a driver, so that means he's also Dukes of Hazzard. He just got that daggone license. But anyway, he had a moment. They cut Lamar off. Curses spoiled again, because that's how cartoonish that was. And then they drive off into the sunset to build that business elsewhere, because they gotta go.
All right. They're on their way to Atlanta.
AKA D. Tell them what to do.
Smash that thumbs up button, subscribe to our channel.
Yeah.
But on that note,
no,
this is not sports talk, so we're gonna carry this conversation on another time.
It's the playoffs.
We'll see y'all on the next one. Bye.
Peace out, y'all.